Hey y'all, how y'all doing on today? I want to talk with you all about something that's really important to me, and I will hope that's important to you, and that is our children and us as parents. Why, you say? Because this is the season for giving, and what I want to encourage you to do is to give an apology. Most of you parents are walking around saying, well, what can I give my child? What can I get my child, especially my adult children? What can I get them? What can I do for them? And I feel like the most important thing that they can receive in this season is an apology, and I love you. I am sorry. Why? Because some of us have gone through things with our children, in front of our children, around our children. We don't know the damage that did to them. You got some that openly express and openly talk about it, and then they're dismissed because you said it wasn't you, but they were there with you. They experienced it on a different level than you experienced it, but they still experienced it. You gave them emotional trauma, emotional instability. You gave them hurt, and you gave them pain that they didn't encounter on their own, and that they didn't have anyone to talk to release it. So a lot of children have carried this into their teenage years, into their adult years, and they are suffering mentally and emotionally behind their parents' trauma. We have caused trauma on our children, and I say we because I'm guilty of it too. But the one thing that I have done is apologize to my children. I told you, apology, that's something I can do because I don't have no problem owning up to what I did not do, because I'm not perfect. So we must learn how to apologize. I missed out on, even though I was thinking that I was there, I'm here, they see me, they could talk to me, they know where to find me, this, and the third. But there were things that I should have been engaging in more, things that I should have known more. My kids hadn't experienced death whatsoever. They went to one memorial and they went to their grandfather's funeral. And that wasn't until they were well into their teen years, and some of them off into their 20s already. They hadn't experienced death. I had been stopped going to funerals a long time ago because that's something that's very hurtful, and nobody was there to help me process the pain that I was experiencing. I couldn't help them process the pain of what they're experiencing. We ain't going to no funerals, you know? But at the same token, my kids had started experiencing death at school with their friends. People were dying from gunshots. They were dying because they had cancer. These were things that I didn't even know. When I'm thinking, I know my children gonna come talk to me, I didn't know. And reason I didn't know because I was in my state of going through. I was in my own state of suffering, where my children, it wasn't that they were not important, because they some of the most important beings in my life, every last one of them. The ones I birthed did not birth as well. They are the most important things to me. I'm always wanting to know how you're doing, what's going on with you. You are right, you okay. No matter what it looked like with me, they are the most important things in my life. But I still did not know that they were going through things in such a way that it broke my heart. And again, I had to apologize for not being there and for not knowing. Because the reason why they didn't share is because they felt like, well, mama's going through, so, we don't want to get her no more. Like, because, like, I'm flying off the rip. You want to come talk to me? Ain't no talking when I'm going through. I ain't want no talking. Just saying stuff and, make it make sense, and got to hurry up, because my patience was short. Everything was cut short. Patience cut short, temper cut short, everything. Wasn't controlling my mouth anymore. My kids had never really heard me curse until up until a couple of years ago, because I stopped cussing. But then, you know, when things happen, them demons come right on back. But the devil is a lie. That's not going to happen no more. But at the same token, I'm making this video because I was talking to another person the other day, and they were talking about how they were not loved. And I'm like, guys, that's the case when you here. You're not here just because. You're here because you're loved. Excuse me. You're here because you're loved. I don't know, which I do know some things that they have been through. But for you to still feel that way in all of the time that you have been here, that hurt my heart even the more. And furthermore, God had been saying to me for a period of time now, especially since COVID had came out, the thing was to get your house in order. We so busy fixing up relationships in the street. We so busy worried about our friends. We so busy worried about our sisters, our brothers, our mothers, our cousins. But what about our children? Did we take the time to think about them? Did we take the time to look back on ourselves and see what damage we have caused them? This is the season and the hour that we're in, that we must apologize, that we must help them heal the hurt that is in their heart that was caused by us. Can't no counselor do it? They could talk to them. I'd have been to counseling plenty of times, so I can say what I'm saying to you. Can't no counselor do it? It's a choice that they're going to have to make, and it's a choice that you're going to have to make. First of all, to forgive yourself. And when you talk to them, to hope that they're in a forgiving spirit. And even if not, one day they will forgive. One day they will be able to accept the apology. So don't use the excuse that they're not finna even accept my apology anyways. It doesn't matter. The burden will be off of you at that point. The burden will be left with them because you then did your part. So then you encourage them to go and seek the counselors, for the counselor to help them work out why it is that they're not forgiven and why it is that they want to hold on to the hurt and the pain and the trauma that was caused in their life. This is what made me make this video, because last year before last, we did what I would call like a little therapeutic cleansing for New Year's Eve. And we wrote down the things that, you know, bad that had happened throughout the year that we didn't want to carry until the next year. And then we burned those. After we went through and read them, we burned them. And then we wrote down what we wanted to carry into our new year as a better person. Letting go of the hurt, letting go of the pain, letting go of the trauma. And the person said to me, do I have to participate? And I'm like, you don't have to, but why wouldn't you want to? And that's because their heart is in an unforgiving place at the moment. I'm definitely not mad, but I am saddened, because there are things that only parents can help you through. And a lot of parents have given up on their children. And even if they have not given up, they have not sought the proper techniques to be able to go back and apologize. They have not even thought that they need to go back and apologize. They have not thought that they needed to go back and look at themselves and see, what did I do? Why is my child really like that? Why is my child going through? I pray for this child. Yes, prayer works, but prayer without works is dead, baby. Your faith without works is dead. You got to go and you got to do some things. And with our children, we want them to be better. We want them to be the better version of us. I tell my kids all the time, don't be like me. And none of them are. They're much better than me. And I am grateful for that. I'm grateful for their hearts. I'm grateful that God placed them in my life because they showed me a different type of love. And I'm extremely grateful to God for them. And I know a lot of you other parents feel the same way, that you're extremely grateful to God for your children. So I'm encouraging you before this year ends, though it may hurt, I promise you healing hurts. It don't matter what kind of healing it is. It could be a mental healing, an emotional healing, people saying stuff that you don't quite agree with. You know, everything ain't for you. Everybody's feelings ain't yours. But there are some feelings that we have to be accountable for. And when we hear them, we can't go lashing back. We got to listen. Listen, receive it. Ask them, well, where do we go from here? Apologize. Most importantly, apologize. Most importantly. But sometimes if you just go off and you just say, look, I want to apologize for every hurt that I have caused you, anything that I have put you through, the times that I were not there, and simply say, I'm sorry, give them a hug, and mean it. Let me tell you, I have known kids to be some of the most resilient people I have ever met in my life. They're resilient. God made them yours for a reason. And I'm like, oh, she got an attitude. Oh, they talk back. Oh, this, and the third. You're getting all of that because that's what they watched. That's what they learned. Those are learned behaviors. And the only people that they could get them from is the people that they're the closest to. That hurts, don't it? Sorry. Because I had to find out my daughter she got attitude. She be around here slamming doors again. At first I used to cuss him. And then I'm like, she only around here slamming doors because that's what we've been doing, slamming doors. We get mad, we slam doors. She always mad at her little brother because he played too much. You know how the boys is. Play all day. When I say all day, he play all day. But anyways, she gets mad at him. She slams doors. She be around here yelling at the girl. Don't nobody be yelling in my house but me. And that's also a wrong behavior. Ain't nobody around here yelling. This is a house of peace. Ain't no yelling. You don't know how to talk? You better go for a walk. You don't know how to communicate? You better go for a walk. We have to teach our children better that they may be able to do better. Once you know better, you do better. Parents, once we know better, we have to do better. We know we owe our children an apology. Go and apologize. Go and apologize. And the reason why I'm sticking with the children, yes, there are other relationships that need to be repaired, but we got to remember that some people were only meant for your life for a season. But some people you do have to apologize to if that's a relationship that God has placed in your life and that you want to continue to be in your life. You must apologize. Our children are always going to be a part of our lives. At least we want them to always be a part of our lives. We don't want to have children and say that we ain't seen them, we ain't heard from them, they don't call us, they don't check on us, none of that good stuff. We don't want that. This is the season for healing. This is the season to help them be set free from the bondage that has been holding on to them, and that is the baggage of their parents. If you're raising little children now, ask them on a regular, do once a week check-ins. Hey baby, how you doing? Every day, when they coming home from school, we got to be checking in because them teachers ain't right either. It ain't just the students, the teachers are not right. Is they treating you right? Because we'll be up at the school. You need me to call your aunties, your uncles, and all them. We coming up to the school. We don't play about our children. Not our children. We don't let nobody else play about them. We must show them that so that they know that they are loved. You let them know that they can talk to you at any given moment in time. If it is not the right time, make sure you let them know, baby, just give me a moment. Because now we can't always be at the place of talking to and just because they need to talk. Sometimes we need to relax, get ourselves to a place that we will be able to hear what they're saying, receive what they're saying, process what they're saying, and then help them through it. So, baby, come back in about 5-10 minutes. But you have to really be gathering yourself that when they come back in 5 or 10 minutes, and if they don't come back, you go to them. But you have to really be gathering yourself so when they come back and you go to them, that you giving them the proper information and that you're directing them properly and that you know when to embrace them. Some things that the children go through, they simply just need a hug. Everything is not a conversation, especially when we ain't been through it. My daughter would be talking to me about stuff and I would be giving her advice, but I'm giving her advice off of stuff that I hadn't been through myself. Only thing now I can do is say, baby, I'm sorry you're going through that. Give her a hug. And I got to give it to the Lord. Lord, cover my child. Cover them in whatever it is that they're going through, whatever it is that they're doing. But I have done my part as a parent, and I'm going to continue to do my part as a parent. I still have things I have to work on, things I have to get better at. But I am encouraging the parents in this season, old, young, middle age, babies, because babies having babies. You know, encourage your children, love on your children, apologize for the hurts that we have caused them, apologize for the ways in which we have not been there, and then have fun afterwards. Don't walk into the new year with heavy hearts. Let go and let God. Forgive yourself that you may be forgiven. Forgive others that you may be forgiven. Because we can not forgive ourselves as well. And we lie around here like, okay, well, why this ain't happen? Why? Walking in unforgiveness. Forgive yourself. And pray that your children is in a place to forgive as well. I hope you all be blessed on this good evening. Good night.